right, you got Mark Stewart, John Steppe here after another Wisconsin loss, 34-0 to the nation's top-ranked team, Ohio State. Another tough afternoon for the Badgers, John. You were there like me. What stands out to you about what we saw?
Yeah, I guess the final score doesn't necessarily surprise me just based on what we've seen these recent weeks, where almost, it's weird for me to say this, but I was expecting worse than 34-0, especially after 37-0 to an Iowa team that's not nearly at the level of Ohio State. So, it wasn't necessarily as bad as I was expecting, but the same kind of existential questions facing this program, about its identity, about its future, still stand here. At this point, it didn't do anything to quell a lot of those concerns among the fan base, and it's not going to get much easier either with Oregon coming up next week.
Yeah, the one thing that kind of stuck to me today, and I've said this and kind of written about it before, is, it says everything when you can't score a point, and there's so many times where, this offense gets the ball and you just, first down is 2 yards, and you're like, here we go again. It's like there's nothing there offensively that's, to me, gives you hope. I also think that the offense is really kind of putting the defense in a tough spot. I think the defense had its moments. They gave up a ton of yards, and
particularly in the air.
Yeah, and Ohio State, their passing game, they do make it. They make it look easy. With something, all of a sudden, Wisconsin's gaining 2 yards to run, and you look up and, Ohio State's, it's a 5-yard pass here, and it's a 4-yard run there, and it's an 8-yard pass there. So they were overmatched. But like I said, I worry about the offense. I also worry, wonder what kind of firepower they're going to have in these coming weeks when it just seems like player after player is getting banged up. We'll see next week what happens with Dylan Jones didn't finish the game. Darian Dupree didn't play today. Just guys left and right. Kerry Kadenko, right guard, went out in the second quarter, continuing issues with Billy Edwards. Is this team going to be healthy enough to show any improvement? That's my big question there. So,
and even if they were healthy, it would be a hard. You look at it, and what they've done when they've been more healthy than this has obviously been bleak. Now you add these injuries to a lot of key players, and as much as you think, okay, the road can't get any more difficult, it's getting more difficult.
Yeah, and I will say this, and lastly, it just popped in my head. I will give the defense credit this week. I think Ohio State had to work for a lot of its.
I'd say for its rushing yards, yes.
But in terms of having to move the ball down the field, like there was, I don't recall there being like the 40 to 50-yard game. They did move the ball well, and they did look easy at times, but it was, kind of incremental. So if you're looking for a victory, I don't know. There you go.
Yeah.
But that's going to wrap it up for me and John. We got work to do. Check out our work at jsonline.com. Thank you.